So the number one thing that professionals who want to master English ask me is, how can I increase my vocabulary? I feel like when I have conversations, I feel limited in words. Today, stay tuned because we are going to learn how to learn and memorize new words in English through exercises. So you are going to want to watch the entire video. Francisca from English to Thrive, English Confidence Mentor. You can follow me here. Welcome back to my channel. I am actually pretty excited because this video right here is kind of going viral. So if you haven't watched it, I highly suggest that you do. It will teach you how to think in English so you can be fluent. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic because without vocabulary building skills, you cannot become fluent and confident in English. So we're going to go through exercises that I make my students do inside my program, the English Confidence Method, and also how I day to day do some practices that allow me to speak like a native English speaker even without being in an English speaking country. Before I start with the good stuff, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell as well. So you're reminded that every Friday I release videos on English confidence for ambitious, high-achieving professionals like you. Now, as a professional translator and interpreter myself and mentor of professionals, I have cultivated the skill of learning new words and remembering them because, of course, as you can see here in an event, if I don't know the terms that the speaker is talking about, if I don't convey them properly, then communication is not achieved. And also, as a translator, the first thing that I do is obviously do a little research because if I have a medical subject or, for example, biology related subject, I need to do some research because even though I am advanced in English, I have native-like level, we're never going to know every word, even in our native language. So what I do is I use tools like Word Reference and Lingui and Merriam-Webster, which I'm going to talk about in a second, that have allowed me to cultivate the skill for over, like, I would say 20 years plus. So vocabulary learning is a big part of my daily work, and I know that you as a professional, sometimes you want to master terms that maybe, let's say that you know the technical terms of the profession, but maybe you want to learn more everyday life expressions, or the other way around. Maybe you speak daily life expressions without no problem, but you cannot express terms that are more related to your profession. Either way, the exercise that we're going to learn right now are going to help you so much. So number one tip exercise. First of all, you need to learn how to learn. You need to become a great learner, even if you don't like to study. Let's be honest, I love to study, I'm such a nerd, but not everyone loves to study. So what you need to do is associate learning with pleasure. So let's say that you are going to study some vocab. You have a list of words, and the first thing that I advise you to do is do not study for hours because you're going to get tired. You're going to lose motivation. Start little by little. So maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, even like 10 minutes, but you study words. And then what you're gonna do next is do an activity that you enjoy. Do something that you find pleasurable. Maybe go and eat an ice cream or watch a fun series that you like, because your brain is gonna start associating learning with pleasure. And this is going to build momentum for you, because if you become a great learner, you're going to learn more words and more words and more words. Now, habit is crucial, and I talk about this a lot. So you can check out this video right here about habit building. It is so important, because habits are what lead to results. And I know that I've talked about studying, but how do you retrieve those words? How do you find those words? So that's number two. So let's say that you're a professional in like the tech field. You know, you're a data scientist, one of my students at my program is, and you come across an article, right? So how do you capitalize on that article to populate your brain with more words related to your field? Okay, so first thing, as I talked about in this video right here, the last thing that you want to do is use Google Translator. I know it's an easy fix, but it doesn't work, because if you take a text that you've read and you translate it, not only will you not learn words, but you're gonna translate more in your head, because you are reading the article in your native language. So what I advise you to do is you highlight the words that you don't know, and then use tools, as I mentioned before, such as word reference, Merriam-Webster. If you use word reference, then if you're a Spanish speaker, for example, like me, you're gonna write down the word. Let's say that it is a word that's, I don't know, science. It's a basic word, but let's say science. And then word reference is gonna give you the word in your native language. So of course you learn it easy, but if you wanna populate your brain with more words, then what you're gonna do is go to Merriam-Webster and you're gonna find the meaning in English. And you're gonna learn even more words if it's English to English dictionary. Now, how do you remember those words that you've learned? So I made my students listen to focus, study music or classical music because it relaxes you and it relaxes your brain and actually activates waves of your brain. I'm no scientist, but there are many videos on YouTube. You can type like focus, study music, and you can actually sit down and read those words and repeat them out loud while you listen to that music. And as a classical musician myself, I know that that's been a huge part in why I have such great memory, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna help you too. Part of learning new words is immersing yourself in a world full of English words. So for example, let's say you're in a professional, okay, you read words in a new article, but don't stick only to articles. Immerse yourself with words in English from your tech devices or social media accounts you follow or emails, newsletters, okay? And what you're gonna do is every time that you receive an email, you're gonna notice new words. So your brain will get the habit of recognizing new words, and then you can follow the process that I just explained using word reference or Merriam-Webster or a Lingui, because it is the daily habits, like I said, they're gonna lead you to results. So emails, newsletters are amazing. You can subscribe to newsletters that are related to your profession or something that you enjoy. So you will build both the personal and professional life vocab. Having a spreadsheet and a list is very important because that's how you are going to do the work to actually remember the words. So as you can see, there are 3 columns. You would put down the word, the synonym, which is going to double down your vocabulary building list, and the image. And the image what's going to allow you to make your brain associate, right? It's like a stimulating activity, for your learning process. So let's say you have the word schedule. Then you would go to Pexels or in the Google Drive as well. You can find and put an image, right, of some calendar, or some activity, and you're gonna relate schedule with that image, and that it's gonna allow you to remember the word easily. Now, number 3, what do you do when you are learning new words? Of course, you need to put them to use. There's no sense of learning new words if they're just gonna stay in a notebook or in a spreadsheet. Practice. And that's gonna get you out of your comfort zone, which is so important. As you can see, I have a whole module on experience and expression where my students step out of the comfort zone, they go live, they speak, because that's actually what's gonna make you a confident speaker in English. But here's what you can do. And I don't want the excuse of I don't have anyone to practice with, because first of all, there are lots of exercises you can do by yourself to increase fluency and confidence. You can check it out in this video right here. And also, there's an abundance of people in social media, and you can go to groups and you can ask someone, oh, you know what, I'm learning new words, I'm learning new expression, I would love to connect with you to practice. So as soon as you learn expressions and words, it's very important that you schedule chats and you put them to use, because that's gonna register the words in your brain and you're actually having conversations, which is what you want to do. Now, one of my students, as you can see in the comment, he said how he learned everyday expressions and he put them to use in an interview, and the recruiter actually told him that his level of English was so good, as you can see in the comment. And that's what I want for you, is that you step out of the comfort zone and you use these words into daily life conversations and even professional interviews, as my students do. I have an exercise that I call everyday imitation, and I have an audio for you that you can download right now with expressions that are gonna allow you to feel like a pro speaker, are gonna increase your everyday life expressions in your vocabulary, so you can speak like a native English speaker. It's very important that words not only stay in your notebook or in theory, but you put them into practice. Now, before I reveal the last 2 tips, I want to know, have you learned new words this week in English? Share them below so that other subscribers can see them. And let me know about your experiences with learning vocabulary. Are you putting them to use, or are you feeling like stuck still? Let me know so that I can help you in the comments. Now, number 4, and this is a fun one. See, when I was growing up, I loved English, and I entered some contests of spelling bee. It's very well known, in the United States and everything. And I remember that they sent me to learn and memorize spelling of more than 1,000 words. And it was challenging, but it really helped me to learn words and never forget them. So, okay, I have this exercise that my students practice, and it is called sound and clap spelling technique. What the hell is this? Okay, so it is a technique where you both combine the rhythm and the written part of the word. So let's say that we have a word like schedule, right? It is a word that is a little bit complicated for English learners because we have it schedule, right? And the pronunciation is schedule, right? So random. Okay, so what you're gonna do is this. Okay, so welcome to the sound and clap spelling technique spreadsheet inside of my program. Only my students get access to this. You're getting a beep view. So let's say that we are going to practice this technique with the word anxious. Okay, so as you can see here, you have the pronunciation as it's said, right? Because remember, English is not pronounced as it is written. So you have anxious. So you're going to take into account is how it's spelled. So it is ANXIOUS, right? Anxious. Now, you need a metronome, okay? And so there's this amazing tool where you could find this metronome. And I advise that the beat, you do it at 160. And so what you're going to do is the following. So you have the word anxious, and you're going to clap and spell at the same time, following the beat. So let's see how we do. Okay, that's challenging. So you're going to do it anxious then. ANXIOUS. You see? That's all. And it's so fun. And you're going to remember the word. You'll never forget it. This will help you associate the written part and the sound part, and because you're doing a fun activity where you combine sound and rhythm and clapping, your brain will register that activity and you're going to remember the word. Now, where you can get those words, you can get them through website. There's a website of Cambridge where you go and you find vocabulary of intermediate or advanced speakers, and you can get those lists and practice right now. Okay, so the last tip is related to sound. As you know, I prioritize sound in my methodology. I prioritize sound every day with my students. And probably you're watching series or you're watching movies, but are you actually paying attention to the words? This is what makes a difference, because you can listen to a song, but are you analyzing how words are being used? Are you analyzing, are you saying, that's a new word, I'm gonna note it down? That's what you should do. So when you listen to a podcast about your profession or about something you like, next time activate your brain to notice a new word. So you listen to a word like kudos, which means congratulations. So then you think, that's a new word. And then you can follow the same process of your vocabulary spreadsheet. Remember word, synonym, image. The important thing is that next time that you, like I said, listen to a podcast or watch a series, notice new words and then write it down in your notes app and then repeat it out loud. You can use as well the sound and clap spelling technique we talked about. But the important thing is that little by little, you sum up so many words and that you use them in real life and in your conversations. Now, the biggest mistake that students do in academies, for example, is that they note down everything in the notebook, like grammar structures and everything, and this makes them feel overwhelmed. So they end up with all these notations in their notebook, feeling overwhelmed, and they don't speak. So I don't want this to happen to you. So next time that you listen to English, activate your brain to learn those new words and put them to use. So awareness is a very important thing. Now that you're aware that you lack vocabulary, The next thing is, what is your action step? So, okay, you have watched this video, but are you doing something about it? It's like when people say, I'm gonna go to the gym. So are they actually doing it? Are they actually transforming their bodies? In your case, are you actually transforming your brain? Are you actually transforming your English communication skills? And for that, I advise do not only watch this video, but do the activities. And if you want a plan and a strategy to go from feeling limited, frustrated with your English communication skills, and you want to go to feeling super confident, fluent, so you can capitalize on more career opportunities in English speaking scenarios, then I have an invitation for you. A 0 to 100 roadmap to feeling super confident and fluent in English as a high achieving, ambitious professional. So link is below. So yeah, I mean, like I said, one thing is listening, watching, another thing is doing and getting some results, as many of my students have done so. You can check out also case studies, testimonials below. If you have a question, write a comment below. I cannot wait to speak to you. So I hope you've enjoyed this exercise and tips, and you've already booked a chat to speak with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe. I release videos every Friday on English confidence for ambitious professionals. And also do not forget to like the video so they can reach more people in the algorithm and hit the notification bell. So I see you in the next video, but before, don't forget to check out this video that's on habit building. It's so important that you join habit with vocabulary learning and also this playlist on confidence building, because fluency is nothing without confidence. Bye bye, see you next.